purchasing. I've been friends here with Lori Ball for several years. We've decided to make this video because Lori has had tremendous bad encounters, experiences for really the past year, and these things are just getting worse. It's all stemmed from the beginning as she was involved in the pentecostal
Apostolic pentecostal
church, which she was in for 12 years. And for the last year, she has not been into the church, and all these things have started about her for
what reason?
I don't know. Being shunned from the church, and to now there's, I know everybody's familiar with Facebook. There's a page on Facebook that is called Drug Free Mexico, Missouri. That anybody can get on and see what kind of statements are being made about people. These statements are not nice at all. They're horrible.
They're rumors and lies.
Yes.
Basically.
And some of them are about Lori and Lori's kids, and saying horrible things that are absolutely not true. And it's time that Lori can defend herself, defend her kids, even her family and her friends, to know what's really going on in Lori's life, instead of people making rumors and one
destroying
my
girls' reputation
exactly.
and life. And they can, the people who say these things can try to blame me all they want, but I have to take a stand for myself now, and I have built up the courage to do that. The problem stemmed from a rumor that was created by members of the Apostolic Pentecostal Church about myself and my daughters. It's been a terrible experience. When I left the church, I was immediately shunned, and they do have their reasons for that.
And what does shunned mean, for those that don't know? Exactly what shunned means in the church?
They aren't allowed to associate with a backslider. They can say hi or whatever in passing, but you do not hang out with them anymore. And my daughters were greatly affected by that because they loved their friends that they grew up with in the church, and they were not allowed to speak to their friends no more. On a friendly basis, maybe, hi, how you been, but
basically was told
they can't,
are not allowed to associate with you or talk to you.
Basically, that's what everybody just did, because that's just the way it is in there, and that's the way they're taught.
You were devoted to that church for 12 years.
I was dedicated. I was totally dedicated to the Lord when I went into the church, and I do believe God led me there. It was 12 years of my life that I did learn a lot about the Bible, and I learned a lot about religions and denominations in general, and I learned a lot. I learned a lot from God. God has been with me all the way, and He is still with me, even though they believe that He is not. And they've said some cruel things about us, and I have to take a stand because it's gotten out of hand. And it's not just them that has said things, rumors and lies are a daily part of people's lives that thrive off of that. They thrive off of it like maggots. And we're just caught up in it. And I, as a mother, cannot stand no more. for this type of thing, I have to take a stand and try to stop this because it's hurting a lot of people, more than just myself and my daughters. And
because of the stuff that's being said, which you can tell. Tell them what's being said.
Oh, I am telling them what's being said. I'm very, very upset.
Yes.
When I got pregnant with my first daughter, Corey Ball, I decided that I had to find a church to let her learn about the Bible and God and all this. And so I was a dedicated mother then. I had a rough time in my life, and I decided to settle down and try to, really do this right. And then my second daughter came along, and that's when I went into the Apostolic Pentecostal Church to have a closer walk towards God and have them also learn about God. And I was dedicated to the church when I went there. I gave my all, and I was pushed out because the pastor there believes lies and rumors, and he has a spirit of anger, and he did not even ask me my side of the story. When it happened, when he heard the lies and rumors over the phone by someone else in that church, he was very mad. He called me on the phone more than once, left messages. My mom heard him screaming over the phone at me, accusing me of committing adultery. I was married, and my husband went away, and I was accused of committing adultery with a man that was periodically coming to the church, and his children were also in one of his brothers, and we were excited about that.
Right?
No, he wasn't
married.
He wasn't. And so I just left. He rudely asked me to leave in front of the church, the whole church, and I couldn't take it no more. And after I did, it crushed me when he did that to me and my daughters from behind the pulpit. I've seen him do it many of times to other people, but I was like, how in the world can he do this when he did not even take time to ask me my side of the story? My side of the story has never really been told, because when I did tell it to them, they didn't believe it. And I tried to make things right and go back and talk to him, and he's like, okay, this is how it's going to be then. And he heard another one, and that's when I had to leave because of the things that he was saying to me. I knew I could not make it there.
Since you left there, though, more stories have started.
Yes.
What kind of stories have started?
Well, my oldest daughter, she left the church directly after I did, and we became involved with new friends that God brought into our lives, and it just wasn't accepted in society or the church. They didn't like that either, and so rumors stemmed from that my daughter was raped, and that I let her be raped, and that I was selling my daughter as a prostitute so I could smoke crack. And the DFS came and investigated us on that. Was a hotline call.
is not true. She would never let that happen.
Everyone who really knows me knows that I love my daughters with all my heart. And I've struggled through this. People that seem to have once been my best friends turned on me because of these issues, and it has a lot to do with racism.
Sorry to intrude. I will not be showing my face because I have my pajamas on.
This is Sarah.
But some of your old friends have also started these rumors. Is that correct, Miss Lori?
Yes, that's very correct. We don't like to we don't thrive off of lies and rumors, but I am totally affected by the things that have been said, and I do have proof and things that have been said, but I just can't take it no more. We're being, my daughters, Corey Ball and Rihanna Lee, they're 16 and 14, 13. They'll be 14 and 17 next month. They're beautiful young ladies, and they can't even walk down these streets without. They went to the public pool and they were called prostitutes. And the cops are harassing us. They ride by my house 20 times a day, and I'm like, what are they doing? All the neighbors have been on neighborhood watch because of the activities that go on here in this house.
But if anybody truly knows you, they know that nothing goes on here besides a bunch of kids hanging out.
And having fun.
Mm-hmm.
And we're ridiculed, we're harassed. I feel as a mother that my girls have been in this church for 12 years, and I want them to have some freedoms, and I want to be right there along with them. I want to know that they're safe in the decisions that they make and the things that they want to try. I want to be sure that they are safe, and I want them to have their friends, their new friends that they have made over the past year, be with them. And they have learned a lot in the past year, and they have grown a lot more in the past year, and they have become stronger in the past year because of the help that we've had from the people that we now call family.
And I know one thing is just me looking at my Facebook and things that are being said about you and your kids, and this is people saying it that don't even know you,
Mm-hmm.
has gotten way out of hand on a Facebook page.
Yes, it's called Drug Free Mexico, Missouri.
Mm-hmm.
And the accusations are false, and um, I'm backed in a corner. I feel trapped. This is, a small town, and there is good people in this town that rise above these rumors and lies and have encouraged me and have supported me and have prayed for me and have helped me with um, my daughters and my family and everyone that's been affected. And um, I I stand for that. I know that there's a lot of prayers being said for me, and I'm so grateful and thankful for that. And a lot of people, when I first left the church, people that I never really talked to in this town would come up to me and ask me what happened, and I would give them a brief little go of it because I was always, you know, being in that church was just so different. It was such a different experience for me to learn the things that I learned, and to see how a church is operated with a man that is not all the way right with God. And it's not me to judge because I know everyone's struggling to you know
And I know that I've been to a church,
Uh-huh.
and some of the stuff that you have told me that is said in front of the whole church, the church that you went to, behind the pulpit, um, things that have been said in front of little bitty kids, or have been, it's amazing that I would never believe that somebody in a church or a pastor would ever talk like that in a church about certain things.
Or about certain people in general.
Yes.
Yeah.
God doesn't judge people.
Mm-hmm. Well, it was a experience,
Well, I know. I've
being
talked to you for
there, and
hours about it, and it's
everyone
amazing.
that I talked to, they're in total disbelief about the things that we've been through, um, in the church, and the things that we're going through now. Some people are believing it, because I mean, we're like the talk of the town, but there's good people out there that have really encouraged me, and just really want to see us make it, because we're struggling.
We're struggling.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that are being said is just, I've known you for years, and I know that you're not
All
going
our
to let,
lives.
yes, I mean, you're not going to let anything happen to your daughters.
Mm-hmm.
And you're struggling now just to make it with money-wise, and it's, everybody has problems with money. Everybody has problems trying to make it, even I do. But the lies are being said that you're prostituting your kids, and it's just, it's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It's outrageous.
Right.
I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I mean, this stuff is being put everywhere.
And it's not just my daughters. That our friends,
Yes.
we've bonded so close. We're so close. These people were sent from God,
Mhm.
and there's two other families. They're friends, with my girls, and we're so close that I have to take a stand for them too, as a loving mother and friend would do,
Yeah.
and
Because
they're being harassed also. We're not the only ones being harassed
No.
by people in this town because of the rumors that stemmed from the time when I left the Apostolic Church.
Mhm. And it's just not. I mean, I've seen it when I come to visit you, the things that go on, and nothing behind these doors that goes on is bad.
Or illegal.
It's not, or yes, or
Right.
illegal. This is just friends and family conversating, watching movies, having fun, talking.
Mm-hmm.
Just a normal everything. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry, this is my dog, Miko. He's wanting in on some nice
Uh-huh.
action. Go on, Mystical. Go sit down. Go sit down. And I know that you've been, the past couple days have been really bad because of this new website that we had talked about earlier.
It's a Facebook page.
Facebook page full of lies about people. Just horrible lies. And not just about you, about a lot of people.
Right, and it
And
has
this
to be
is just,
stopped.
it's nothing but a negative web page. It's all it is. It's horrible. And then you get everybody's 2 cents in. It's just, it's going to
Crazy.
cause nothing but problems. It's going to cause people to get hurt. It's hurt people mentally.
Right.
I can't imagine having a girl and seeing on the internet that she's being prostituted out. I mean, it's not right for anybody to say that. It's not right at all. There's no proof of that. There's no, it's all hearsay. And you have every right to take your stand. You have, this story can go on and on and on forever with things that she's told me. Not just at the house or with her friend. I mean, just stuff within the church itself. And it's just unbelievable to me. She's taken it rather well, more than what I could take it.
Because of the strength that I have from God.
And you're still
and,
spiritual.
And I know who I am.
Yes.
I know exactly who I am. I love children. I'm a mother, and I can't. Any mother
And you're still
with
very
natural
spiritual.
instincts of a mother is gonna come out fighting for her children, and I have bonded with other people that
Exactly.
I have to stand for also.
Exactly.
And the young people who do leave that church on their own, when I did leave the church, I spoke to some of them, and a lot of people are affected um, by the preaching there, and it affects their lives. And that's another thing I want to take a stand against, is because some of them still think that they're going to hell, and they just say, what the hell?
Meaning
I'm
that
going to
they're
hell.
not, they think if people are not in their church, that everybody, all the other people will be going to hell. In order to make it and go to heaven, you are
You have to
supposed to
be
be in this
apostolic
church.
pentecostal to
Mm-hmm.
they all believe that, and I believe what the Bible says, that certain beliefs that they have. I do believe that,
Mm-hmm.
and I still believe it,
Mm-hmm.
and I will stand on that. But they're not the only ones going to heaven.
No.
There's people out there in other places that are going to heaven. I know God is a great, words can't describe him, and he can't be put in a box like that and say we're the only ones going.
No, it just does not make any sense. And I know when you were in the church and you had said something to me like that, it kind of bothered me because I was like,
It did.
I personally, I mean, I go to church here and there. I don't go every Sunday, but my kids know about God. They believe in God.
I never
believe in
grasped
God.
the concept really totally, because I just could not ever imagine certain people in my life, since they weren't apostolic pentecostal. I just couldn't grasp the fact that how could such a beautiful, merciful, holy, righteous, wonderful, forgiving God could put this person in hell because they're not
In the church.
I never could grasp it, but I always tried my hardest to be dedicated to that church.
And you was. And you were married. And there's
That was an
stories.
experience.
There's stories behind that too.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of stories behind.
It's taken a lot of courage for me to come to this moment to where I can actually speak about these things. And this is not going to be the only time that we have conversations. We're going to have conversations again with other people. Um, it's amazing when you take time and talk to people and listen to people, how God can speak through anyone when their heart is right. And so I want to, open this up as, conversations with other people, and we'll talk about experiences from that and the beginning, and get deeper with things. If anyone's interested, I'm a mother. I think a lot of mothers would be interested in defending children.
Yes.
Young people, young adults, children that's been hurt the way that some of these people have been hurt.
I understand. Is there anything else you would like to say? Anything besides the church, or anything else that you want to get off your chest?
There's so much.
I know. But I know the stories that you've told me have been and you may not want to talk about it right now, I don't know. Just things in general that has happened in that church that you would have no reason to lie about is unbelievable. And the churches that I've been to have never heard of talking of such
Right.
filth, really, in a church as about sex and oral sex and things like that. And accusing kids of having sex in the church, it just is amazing that happens with a church that's supposed to be so great, and to talk like that is, in my opinion, it's not normal to talk about stuff like that.
It's not. Things are not normal when the head of the church is sick, the whole body's affected. And this just so happens to be an Apostolic Pentecostal church that done this to me. But I learned a lot and seen a lot in there that is not right. And
I don't think in churches that you should be up and speaking about the Lord, God, and talking, telling that this person is a whore or
yes, they boldly and blatantly call people whores and whoremongers to their face.
Yeah, in the church, and it's just unbelievable. You would never guess that. I would never in a million years think that a church would talk like that. Would you agree, Sarah?
Yes, I would definitely agree. And I've been to that Pentecostal church before.
I know that you invited me many times, but I already knew that I would not feel welcomed. Maybe welcomed by you, but I feel like that if I went in the church, me being just me, that I would never feel welcomed in the church because there's not a really good reason to say it. I just was always
because
felt like
we
that.
were different. We
You're
were
different.
We were women in long skirts and what are you whispering about? Would you like to say something?
And then when I went to that church, I did not feel welcome at all. And everybody was just staring at me because I was wearing pants and not a skirt. I'm just putting that out there.
That's happened. I mean, and you've told me stories about people coming to the church and the pastor has bluntly said stuff behind the pulpit about and probably really making them not feel welcome. Really blunt.
He has
really blunt and mean, horrible things to say to people.
They
More
also
like he's very controlling. He's a power. He wants to be in control and be this big person, and he doesn't want anybody else to have any say so about anything.
You all are totally.
Can we just take a break, please?
Yeah, we're taking.
Okay, we're back. We took a brief break anyway for our first interview.
My daughter, Corey, is holding the little camera, and she wants to make a point that the pastor, before she left over the pulpit, said that she would be pregnant within a year if she leaves the church. She's not pregnant.
And it had to be very probably embarrassing for you, Corey, wasn't it? To say that in front of everybody that you were a virgin and you had not engaged in stuff like that. Just to automatically say that is very
right.
It's very rude and inconsiderate.
My daughters, have really been through hell.
Yes.
Because of the things that was taught in his standards. The Bible he taught from the Bible. That's good. But his standards were not biblical. And his ways of anger and
Because I know when I used to come and visit you that, like, and it wasn't, like, your fault, I guess it was his standards, that the girls were not even allowed to talk when I would come and visit. Is that right?
they were allowed to talk, but they were also taught to be respectful and quiet in certain situations, and
Mm-hmm.
um, they did a very good job at that. And so when they went
Yes.
around people that weren't apostolic, um, it was foreign to them, and they would not uh, talk
No.
too much. And I'm glad that they've changed and they have their freedom to be heard.
Yes. They do talk
Corey's
and go to
still,
public schools and
Corey's still a little shy about things.
yeah.
She's
Should be
sweet
good.
and innocent of all these things that have
Mm-hmm.
been said against her and Rihanna and their friends.
Yeah. I think the story goes on and on and on, and this is just a part of it. But I think right now she wants to know everybody, and everybody knows that this stuff that's being said, and a lot of this stuff is being said, and people in a different town that don't even know Lori and her daughters, and just saying horrible stuff about prostitution and drugs, and Lori's dating certain people, and it's out of control. And when you do that, people feed off of lies, and then more people talk about it, and more people add more stuff, and just keep adding to it, and it's very
And it's
stressful, and it's
affecting
affecting.
other people.
Yes.
And I can't stand for this no more. It's like we can't even, it's like we're not even welcome in this town anymore because of the harassment and the racism and the things that we've been through. It has got to stop. I feel forced to almost leave this town,
Mm-hmm.
and
You shouldn't have to do this.
no,
This has been
I
your
grew up
home.
here. I've been here all my life.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up here, and I think that's one reason that this story has taken, on so much talk is because I've been here all my life, and people know me, and my family has been here for generations, and
Yes.
we're known in this small area, and um,
And it's hurtful for your mom to be on the internet and seeing horrible things.
yes, my mom
about her kids and her
loves
grandkids.
loves us so much, and she's hurt and confused, and she needs to have her moment where she can be heard also, because she's hurt by these things too. But I mean, I've had my ups and downs with people that I'm very close with because they believe the lies and rumors about the people that we've chose to be with in our lives, and I'm taking a stand for them also against the lies and the rumors that are being told about us all now. And I'm taking a strong stand because there's lives that are going to be totally ruined if things prevail the way the enemy wants them to. And I have to take a stand before lives are ruined. People's lives are being affected
Exactly.
and it's wrong. It's not true. It's lies. I'm standing for the truth, and I can't take it no more.
It would drive me nuts too.
I can't take it. I can't take it. The fact that my daughter's 13 years old and 16 years old, do I let them out of the house?
No.
And let them walk down the street and be called these things? And then maybe, since this is out in the open, on this public Facebook page that we're prostitutes, What if some pervert comes up to my girls when they're walking down the street and tries to hit on them? No, that's not happening. I'm about to, you know, I've had to fight. I've had to fight because we were harassed. One night we were coming home from the gas station. Just walking home. Me and my 13-year-old daughter. We had a bag full of candy, soda, chips, everything that they wanted. And we were coming home and we were attacked by the neighbor. And we had other young people in the house. We were watching movies, doing the normal thing, you know, and the kids were having fun, laughing, carrying on, and watching TV, which is, you know, we didn't watch TV for 12 years,
no.
And so
you didn't have
TV's
TV
a
for a
fun
long time.
thing. But when we were walking home, it was in the night, we were called jigaboos. And this went on for several minutes. I was like, I want to see what this neighbor really thinks about us then, because she's always been, you know, nice to my face and stuff. And she let loose, and I had to fight her. I didn't want to. I don't want it to come to that. And I'm like, I have to defend, you know, these people in my house and my children right now. She's calling us jigaboos and playing your loud jigaboo music and
I've not even heard that word for years.
I know.
Jigaboos.
But we all know what they're getting at.
Oh, yeah.
And then the other ones, they're like, they all walk around in hoodies. We can't tell them apart. We don't know what they look like. They go to their little hiding spots and do their thing. I'm like,
in hoodies
please,
in the middle of summer. Right. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, we can laugh about it because we know the truth.
Yeah.
And they are making themselves look like fools. You know, the things that are said about us and the things that are done against us. And I mean, I feel like, you know, I go outside and I'm like, everybody's watching me, you know, and stuff, because I'm a single mom, and they all think I'm the biggest, you know, worst mom in the world.
And it didn't start until after the church then, when all this started.
This that we're going through now, it started when I left the church.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. And we're being lied on, and it's can't happen no more. The cops are lying on us, and it's bad. And I just don't know what else to do.
One lie leads to another, and to another, and then somebody else says it another way, and they're looking at you all like you're a horrible family. I mean, just because you got out of the church does not make you a horrible person. It wasn't even that you wanted to be out of the church. You were forced to be out of the church or decide to have to leave because...
Well, I knew I was going to leave. It didn't just happen overnight. I knew it was coming to the point. But I was like, how do I, you know, my daughters, their lives are going to totally change. And it's going to be rough.
Yep.
And I have to put it in their heads that we can make it to heaven.
And you will make it to heaven.
I trust in the Lord, and I trust in His ways and everything. I know that, you know, they don't believe that. They believe that when I left the church, 7 more devils entered into me that were worse than what I was before when I came into the church.
And that's what the church says. That's where that comes from.
But God is so much stronger than that. He's kept me.
Yes.
I'm not a devil.
I'm not a devil at all.
Well, how should we close this for now? We're going to continue this, but how should we close it?
we'll have another interview or little talk that we're going to put back on the internet or YouTube. But you can contact either one of us if you want. If it's a positive thing, we don't want
We don't want to fight over
no phone
lies and
calls
rumors.
the name calling and all that. That's all juvenile. That's what kids do in school. We're grown adults, and sounds like 99% of the people putting this out are acting really childish, if not worse.
This may just be a passing story. There's so much chaos that goes on in this world, and it may not even take interest to anyone, but I don't know what else to do. I don't know how else to stop this chaos. And
I just think that you're doing the right thing and letting some of the things that people don't know about, that they need to know about it. Because evidently nobody's scared about saying that you have 7 devils in your body now. People need to know exactly what's going on in the 12 years, your experiences with that. And then, your girl's trying to be taken away for no reason, just for being a good mom, just because somebody wants to say something bad about you. And there's no evidence towards it.
Right.
Your daughter wasn't raped.
No, the people that God brought into our lives when I was exiting the church, that God brought them to our lives. I'm a much stronger, person in ways. I've learned things since it's made me stronger, made me tougher, and I greatly appreciate the people who have supported us and helped us, and the people that God has sent to our lives now, because it's been very hectic. And I just hope that there's people out there that will respond to us, that because there's people being affected, that it's all over. There's Pentecostal churches all over, and some of them are very, very good, and some of them have men behind the pulpit that want power, and that they use the power of God, because there is an awesome power of the Holy Ghost that moves. And some men get lifted up, and this particular preacher has that problem. And there's other ones out there that do. And it's not just them, it's any preacher that, people are going to look to churches for help. And people are shunned from churches. Just churches in general, it's like, I don't know, religious politics or something. I don't know, money-making things, I don't know. But it just has to be stopped.
You have to let
I want peace.
It.
I want peace and happiness. I know that the world's crazy, and bad things happen, but I want to spread through this a message of peace and hope and love and everything that would come from a mother's heart that God gave. And I want to help. I want to help so bad.
You want to help others?
Yes, I want to help. There's so many people out there that are innocent, and oh God, people just want to hurt people, and I can't let it happen no more. I can't cry on here either. I've cried to God so much through this situation. So
that'll wrap this one up.
Right.
So anything that anybody sees on the internet, which you'll probably see, don't believe it. You got to be positive and know who Lori is, because I know people feed off of bad things before they feed off of good things. Just learning that, just an everyday thing. If you hear one bad thing, everybody's going to remember it. and spread it. And if they hear one good thing, nobody, it's kind of put in the back of their head, and nothing's ever said about it.
Right.
That's what I
And
believe.
I just can't stand for young people, my daughters and other people that are involved that are going through things that we're connected with. I can't let these things go on no more. I have to take a stand somehow. I need help in this. This is why I'm coming forward with what has happened.
Yeah, so anybody wanting to help you.
I mean, I'm not asking for,
no.
I'm not asking, I don't want I want godly support, and
yes.
I want the people to know that my daughters are not what is, I just can't take the lies and rumors anymore.
No, your daughters are innocent. They should be left innocent. And not be lied on, because it's awful. And it's adults spreading the rumors too, and it's like bullying, and you hear bad things
about bullying.
every day.
It's bullying in the streets, but they might face it in school. They will. They're going to face it in school because we're a small town, and I'm not saying they're going to be bullied out there or anything, but I just can't every day worry about what's going to happen to them.
Yes.
Because of this, and that's why it has to be stopped.
Yeah.
And there's other things that has to be stopped, and I want to make that clear in conversations that we have later also, because it's a lot.
But if you have any questions, I'm happy to give my phone number and email out personally for positive things. If Lori wants me to do that.
But that's up to you. My Facebook is open, Lori Ball, and I've already been receiving a lot of comments and
friend requests.
A lot of very positive things. And I just want this to spread, because we need help. I'm taking a stand for young people, and
you need help in people's word, and picking up and being positive towards you.
Right.
Or letting us know their stories, maybe.
We've had, since we've been out of the church, it's been an experience learning new things that's, out here. And
exactly.
I haven't even really watched TV yet. We watch movies, and I'm learning a lot of names of people out there that are famous. I loved the Oprah show before I went to church, and I didn't even know it was different now. It's the network.
Her network, yeah.
I just want to say this, when I first came out of church, I was here at the house alone, and I turned on the radio, and I was, really talking to God, and I turned on the radio, and I didn't even know who she was. Katy Perry's song came on, Wide Awake. And I was like, who's singing that? And I mean, it just really went with, what I was saying to God, and it came on right at the right moment. And at that moment, I seen things differently, and it's just like God said, "You're awake now. It's time to, It was just an awesome moment, and I want my girls to be happy, and I want.
You want to be happy.
Yes.
And your family and your friends to be happy, not to
right.
Listen to this stuff every day, over and over.
Right.
It's just crazy.
Yeah. And we get, ridiculed because we play music. The kids, they want to listen to music here in the neighborhood. And we jam our Wiz Khalifa. I never knew him either, and his beautiful, yeah, his beautiful girlfriend Amber Rose. I'm so interested in these people that have through their music has helped me release a lot of things.
Yes.
That
I understand. You learn stuff every day.
It's just little things like that that happen all the time. That God, He lets me know that He's with me and on my side and stuff. Things get hard, and I'm just tired of all this. I need
You need to rest, and you need your mind to rest so you can move on and continue your happiness. Raising your kids that are good.
Right.
Anyway, I think that I'm done for right now. Thank you.
Bye.